Hello! Now, BMW make arguably the world's most popular sports sedan, the 3 Series. It manages to be all things to all people. Sporty, luxurious, comfortable and spacious, all at a price that doesn't make you nauseous. And so it was very curious then that after launching the 4 Series, a very sexy coupe, that they decided to add 2 doors to it and call it the Gran Coupe. Whatever the reasoning, it looks good, really good, maybe even better than the 3 Series. And now you, the buyer, are faced with a very difficult decision. Do you buy a 4-door 4 Series or a 4-door 3 Series? A big difference between the 3 Series and the 4 Series is that the 4 Series is actually a hatchback. Hello! BMW says that this boot is 480 litres. Now, it's a bit hard to imagine that, and so I've brought along this handy tape measure, and we're actually going to see how big it is. So let's start with the depth. That's about 90, and we'll go to the width, and that's 110. But the thing is, this car's seats fold flat and then it becomes a 1300 litre boot, which is very practical indeed. Now, if we go over to the 3 Series, BMW also says that this car will hold 480 litres, but I have a suspicion that it's not as big in here. It's 90 deep, that's the same. There you go, but it's only 100 wide. So the 4 Series is a bit more practical. It's a bit pointless comparing engines in these cars because any 3 Series or 4 Series can be fitted with just about any engine you like, but it's important to shed that 6-cylinder bias because these new 4-cylinder turbos are very good and much more affordable. In fact, it brings down the whole cost of the car. This one has a 2-litre turbo petrol putting out 180 kilowatts and 350 newton meters, and that means that it can reach 0 to 100 in just 6.1 seconds. And of course, it remains very frugal as long as you don't accelerate like that all the time. Welcome to the interior of the 4 Series. Now, this is the beige on beige on beige option, but it remains very luxurious in here and very comfortable. This particular unit is spec'd with the top-end BMW connected drive system, which has this big screen over here and a touch knob down here on the dashboard. It's also got a Harman Kardon sound system, which sounds fantastic. But are you ready for a serious case of deja vu? Because now I'm going to magically teleport into the 3 Series. Hello! Yes, I'm actually in the 3 Series now, and it is painfully identical in here. This does have the top deck coloration option on the dashboard, but otherwise it's exactly the same. The seats are exactly the same. This doesn't have the touch knob though. It's a slightly cheaper system, so it gets a slightly cheaper screen. But remember that BMWs can be spec'd in all sorts of different ways with different technology and different pieces of kit. So it's hard to imagine why there's such a big price difference between the 2 models. Across the range, the price difference between the 3 Series and the 4 Series Gran Coupe is about 50 to 80,000 Rand for similarly spec'd cars. So it's worth using the Cars.co.za new car guide to have a look at the models that you're particularly interested in. In this case, the 428i Modern Sports Auto goes for 620,000, and the 328i Modern Sports Auto, spec'd the same, goes for 541,000. While the 4 Series Gran Coupe does feel like a more premium product, there's really not much difference between them. So you're going to have to decide whether having a 3 or a 4 on your boot is worth the extra rands.